What is up, everybody? Bootman here, and we're back with another Marvel Snap video. And I'm always getting questions about, should I spend tokens on this? Should I spend my money on this? And all sorts of other purchasing questions. And there's a lot to be said about the kind of economy thing going on within Marvel Snap and the pricing and everything. So, since I do a lot of work in personal finance, I thought this would be a good time to sit down and discuss some of my thoughts around these topics. But before we get started, if you're new here, hi, my name is Chris, AKA Bootman, and if you love this game as much as I do, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. Not only do I love discussing different decks, cards, strategies, I like making videos about this and discussing various topics about what's going on within the community for Marvel Snap, all right? And we have an awesome Discord server where everybody hangs out. We have a lot of cool discussions, and make sure you're following me on Twitter. I put it right down below, at BootmanMSTZ. Yesterday, we did our first giveaway of 3 Zabu season passes, and we might be doing it again in the future, so you're gonna need to be following me on Twitter if you wanna stay up to date about that, new content, and whatever. All right, so let's jump into this. First off, big fat disclaimer, this is not financial advice, okay? Like, if you wanna jump in here and spend $1,000 on variants, you do you, boo. That is none of my business. These are just my personal opinions based on my past experience with money, gaming, and all that kind of stuff, all right? So, sit back and relax. This is gonna be a different video. I have some topics I wanna cover, but first, I wanna give you a little bit of background about who I am, okay? So, I am a recovering drug addict and alcoholic. I've been sober for 10 years, okay? When I was younger, I grew up with not a lot of money. We were lower middle class at best, okay? Now that I am older and I'm into politics and everything, and I have no problem being transparent with you guys, I am very left-leaning. I have a lot of criticisms about capitalism, but I also understand that we live in a capitalist system and we all need to work within that, all right? So, just so you know, I am going to make some arguments for spending money in this game, but I'm not here simping for second dinner and saying, throw your paychecks at them, okay? I grew up very poor, and because of my addiction, I destroyed all of my personal finances. I'm talking about a credit score like 500 or below, no savings, no investments, no retirement, nothing, okay? Now, I've got my act together, and I actually do a lot of writing for Business Insider. I work a full-time job, I'm doing YouTube, and I do freelance writing. So for Business Insider, I write about personal finance, right? How I repaired my credit score, saving, investing, all sorts of stuff. Lessons I've learned, things that I'm still learning. I read a ton of books on this stuff because money's kind of important, right? We all have bills to pay, put food on the table, and we also need to maintain our sanity with some of these hobbies. So I just wanna put that out there so you know some of my experience. I'm not just some guy oh, these are kind of some of my opinions. No, I have a backstory that goes along with some of my opinions on these things, okay? So, like I said, I do have my criticisms of Second Dinner, okay? Right now, I do think, if any of them are watching, I think that they need to work with us a little bit on this pricing. I made a whole video about this. I'll link it in the info card somewhere, okay? But right now, this, especially the cosmetics, right now I have the Sarah bundle on here. A lot of this, especially because you can't buy these things a la carte, and when they are a la carte, they're very expensive, 700 tokens for a cheap variant. This really limits the access of who can get it, right? And like I said, I've been broke. I have been on food stamps, I've been on unemployment, all sorts of things. So looking at these things I don't know, my personal opinion, I think variants should be maybe $3 to $5. And as somebody who has a background in sales and marketing, I do think they would sell a lot more of these if they were more on the affordable side. All right, but like I said, I get a lot of people who ask me these questions about whether or not they should be buying variants and all that kind of stuff. If these are things, that make you happy, if you're really into the artwork, I love the artwork, but that's just not something that I'm going to, spend my money on, okay? So let's talk. So one of the reasons I wanna make this video is because the brand new season just started, all right? We have the brand new, where is it? Where you at? Boom. We got the brand new Savage Land season, okay? So I've been hearing a lot of talk about, should I buy the season pass? I'm a free to play player and all that. So for those of you who don't know, the season pass is $10, okay? And like, I mean this in the best way possible because I have been extremely broke. Like you have no idea how broke I've been, especially from my addiction days, where, like borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, straight up stealing from Peter and all this other stuff. I have been flat broke. But in my personal opinion, I don't agree that like anybody should be like 1000% free to play. Okay? Like, here's the reason why. I have been gaming I'm 37 now, since I was a kid, right? I started doing like online competitive gaming, like we're talking like Warcraft, not World of Warcraft, we're talking Warcraft on dial-up modems. Like I love competitive gaming when the internet just first came out and you were doing it on 56K and everything like that. Throughout my duration, as these games have kind of switched to free to play, but you gotta pay for all these upgrades and cosmetics and everything like that, I have seen so many good games die. Just so many good games die. And in my opinion, we cannot complain as a gaming community when games that we love die if we refuse to support them. Like, I'll say this, I think the season passes are the most the most rational pricing in this entire game. Like $10 for the season pass, okay? Like, if you don't wanna get all season passes, that makes sense, because if you did that for a year, that's $120, all right? But every now and then, getting the season pass, like, as somebody who's been extremely broke, like for a game that I love and I wanna support, like, I can scrounge up $10. It sounds like one of those cliche things that like boomers say, like, oh, that's like 2 cups of Starbucks coffee, but like, legit, like it kinda is, right? We're wasting our money. Like, if we're being honest, like, sit back, be honest with yourself. How many silly things do we waste money on? Like, I think to support this game and make sure that the ball keeps rolling and these guys at Second Dinner can like pay their bills, pay their staff who are putting a lot of effort in this game, $10, cool, that totally makes sense. Now, to get all like, the extra levels and everything, I saw Jeff Hoagland, he's like a math guy, and he mentioned that, paying the extra $5 for the 10 levels, it works out in the long run if you're somebody who is trying to like max out your credits and everything like that. So if you have extra disposable income, your situation's obviously a lot different. But I'm mainly talking about people who have very minimal income, because trust me, I have been there. And it's one of the reasons I have a lot of side hustles and everything, the YouTube channel, my freelance writing, everything like that, all right? So I think $10 is very fair. If you wanna see this game survive, I'm asking you, because I love this game too and don't wanna see it go anywhere, see if you can find 10 bucks to do it. Like, even if you don't like the cards, even if you don't like the rewards or whatever, think of it as putting a little money into the pot to keep the wheels going on this thing, all right? So the next thing I wanna talk about is probably the most ridiculous thing I hear when it comes to Marvel Snap. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? It's a mobile game. Like, I hear this so often and it makes me wanna jump off a roof, okay? Like, it's ridiculous. I really enjoy philosophy because philosophy gets you to ask questions. Like, sit back and ask yourself, why does it matter that it's a mobile game? Right now, the screen you're looking at, it's on my computer, okay? So right now, is it a computer game? When I put it on my phone, then is it a mobile game? Does it make more sense for me to spend the money on my computer because then it's a computer game, it's in computer game form, right? Like, I don't know what it is, why people say, "Oh, it's a mobile game." Oh, like they'll talk about the pricing in this game and they say, "For a mobile game," all right? Like, check it out, think about this. Two huge games, two massive games, Fortnite and Apex Legends. Those are both PC games. They started out on PC and console, right? Like with Fortnite and everything. But now they also have mobile versions. Is it okay for someone to spend money on those games on the PC, but not if it's a mobile? Like, do you see what I'm saying here? It doesn't matter what it is. If you're a gamer, if you're gonna spend money on a games, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, if it's like, an augmented reality in front of you, who cares? The game is the game is the game. You know what it reminds me of, since I'm an avid reader, but I do audiobooks, when people are like, audiobooks aren't reading. Like, it's the exact same thing. Just because my eyes aren't doing this. I'm still consuming the information. You're playing this game regardless on what platform it is. So if what's holding you back from like putting in a little money into this game to help support it is the fact that it's on your phone, like hop on your computer and stop being ridiculous for like 2 seconds, all right? Sorry to get real with you, but like every time I hear that, it drives me bonkers because I don't think people sit back and understand how ridiculous that logic is. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, I get a lot of questions about, and a lot of us creators do, okay, about what should you spend your tokens on. I've said this a million times, I'll say it again. I'm kind of getting tired of repeating myself, so pay attention. Me personally, I am refusing to pay 6,000 tokens for anything until this token system gets switched around, all right? I am one card away from finishing pool 3. All I need is Daredevil, okay? And it's crazy that Daredevil's the last card because Daredevil's such a card that like works in so many decks and helps you, but that's a different topic. But anyways, that's the last one I need, okay? But so we don't know how long it's gonna take, but all of the cards are going to get downgraded from what we understand, all right? There might be some Series 5, like Thanos and Galactus, that stay up there forever or for a long time, but most of these cards are downgrading. Right now, that 6,000 tokens is like a premium for early access to those cards, okay? I do not see any card that is worth 6,000 tokens. 3,000, we could discuss. I got She-Hulk and Absorbing Man for 3,000 tokens, but until they rework this token system, like I'm not a fan. Like I know a lot of people are kind of upset about, this season pass coming out after a lot of feedback saying like, hey, we need more access to tokens. There's not a single token up in this thing, you know what I mean? So I get it, but that is my opinion on tokens. Now, as far as variants and variance bundles, if that's your thing, go for it. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not your dad. spend your money on variants, you know? I love these variants. I personally think that they're just too expensive. That's just not what I'm going to do. But the way I play this game and what I like in this game is having more access to cards so I can have more decks, more strategies, more deck archetypes and everything like that. So the things that I personally spend my money on are the bundles that come with tokens and credits. Like if variance is your thing, like go for it, all right? So to wrap this thing up, a couple last things I wanna talk about, okay? Uh, I wanted to sit down and talk with you all about this. When you're asking yourself questions about what should I buy, what should I spend my tokens on, and this comes a little bit from like sociology, okay, conspicuous consumption, ask yourself why you want certain things, because I think a lot of you will find an answer that you haven't been thinking about, and it's because creators have these cards, okay? Like listen very carefully. Content creators are not your normal players, okay? You are seeing this card everywhere because all of the content creators you watch are going out and buying these as soon as possible. A lot of these content creators have been around since the beta. So, like I just started like a month and a half ago. So a lot of them have a ton of gold in this game, a ton of credit saved up, but even them, they are getting scarce on tokens. But you have to understand, they are getting these cards to make content for you, okay? You should look at it as a way to kind of analyze the situation, watch some gameplay and say, is this a card that I think works in a deck that I want to play? Does it work with the style that I like to play, all right? But as I've mentioned many, many times on this channel, a lot of content creators are also just showing you the wins. They're not showing you all the losses, okay? Like a lot of people have run out and bought like Galactus. Galactus, from what we know from Ben Bro's tweet, it's about to possibly get nerfed or reworked, okay? I would hate to have spent 6,000 tokens on that card and for that to happen, all because of the hype of content creators, okay? And this isn't nefarious from the content creators when they're out there buying new cards. This is part of their job, okay? Like, and I don't even mean to put air quotes around job. I've been a content creator for a very long time. Social media has made me a decent amount of money. Hell, it even helped sustain my living when the pandemic hit and I lost my job. I was able to do different types of work and through my social media presence, bring in extra income. So understand that. Also understand that since they are making income from making this content, that is paying for them to purchase new cards, okay? That is helping them buy the new bundles, get access to tokens, max out their credits, buy gold, and all those other things. So when you are watching content creators, just remember, you two are not the same people. Me and you are not the same, okay? So, those of you who have been around for even a few weeks, this channel went from 700 to now we're over 5,000, all right? And I'm gonna be fully transparent with you guys in case you're not fully in the know of how YouTube works, how monetization works. So in order to turn on ads on your YouTube channel, you need, what is it? 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, all right? So any content creator that you see that has over 1,000 subscribers and they're getting a decent amount of views on any video that's 10 plus minutes, yes, they're making a decent amount of money, and that's not a problem. Like, you guys, like, another argument that I don't like is like, oh, you're making money off making YouTube videos. You get to watch for free. You can usually skip through ads. Like, it's win-win for the content creator and the viewer. But what I'm getting at is, again, you two are not the same people, okay? They are making money that they can then reinvest into their business by buying these new cards for entertainment for all of you and to scope out new cards to see if you want them. You see what I mean? So those are the main things that I wanted to discuss when it came to spending money in this game. Everybody's going to be different. Your personal financial situation is going to be different, okay? One of the reasons I did the giveaway yesterday is because, like I said, you guys helped blow this channel up. I was able to turn ads on, so I want to reinvest back in all of you and do some giveaways and things like that. There will be more to come. I know I keep like joking around and say maybe, but no, there will be more giveaways, okay? This is a two-way relationship, all right? I have a son, I have bills to pay, I have, you know, the internet and electricity to keep on so I can keep making these videos. So I'm gonna give back a little bit to all of you. But again, like, I have been there. I've been extremely broke. Like, I don't even have the time to discuss like the times I've been like, can I put food on the table? Can I put gas in my car to get to work? You know what I mean? But I do think like there's very few situations where you can't afford $10 every now and then for a season pass, okay? Like, I think that is worth it to support this game. I think it's very reasonably priced, all right? Most of us, if we're being honest, if you're able to take I'm looking at the time, that I'm at 18 minutes recording right now. If you are privileged enough to have 18 minutes to take out of your day to watch my dumb face talk about Marvel Snap, as well as the other videos that all of us content creators make, there's a chance that you probably have $10 to find to invest in this game and keep it alive so we can all keep having a fantastic time and just snapping all over the place and going bonkers because we can't reach rank infinite, all right? But anyways, yeah, that's all I got for this video. If you have any questions or topics that you want me to talk about, leave them down in the comments below. Jeff Hoagland is the guy to go to where he breaks down like how financially reasonable all of these bundles and packages are. Like, he breaks down the math because he like is a math guy. His background is in math, whereas I'm a 37-year-old man who just started fixing my financial situation, okay? So if you wanna know, like, is it worth the credits and all these other things, because sometimes the price is a little bit lower, go check out Jeff's stuff, all right? But anyways, that's all I got for this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell. Follow me on Twitter right there. You don't wanna miss some of the giveaways that I am doing, all right? And I'll go as far as to say this, okay? Like, feel free to leave comments and be honest with me. Like, if $10 for these, if I'm missing something, like, I know the economy sucks right now, like, just be honest with me in the comments section and I'll rethink these things, all right? And maybe I'll have to up the giveaways just a little, all right? But yeah, thanks again so much for watching. I hope this video helped you out, gave you some things to think about as you move forward with this game. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.